This week on the podcast, Carrie and I are talking about day one. First day we get back to Walt Disney World in forever. What are the 3 things we're going to do at each of the parks? If we've got to do a grand slam, all 4 parks in one day? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, I'm Francine and you're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast, a podcast where our first topic of conversation will always be Disney. I've been a Disney fan for as long as I can remember, and I'm determined to bring more of that Disney magic into my everyday life. So if you need a little extra pixie dust in your day, you've come to the right place. Thanks so much for listening, and let's get started. Welcome to another episode of the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh my goodness, you make me laugh. Just before we hit record, we were talking about energy levels.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah, that's how we've been kind of feeling lately in terms of energy levels.
Yep.
But hopefully it's on the way up because we're getting some more sunshine, the weather's getting nicer, things are happening.
Lots of opportunity for fresh air now. No excuses.
Yeah, there's lots of opportunity. It's whether we're taking the opportunity or not.
Yeah, for sure.
I had to go out yesterday and I had to put on like real pants. It was, yeah, it was a challenge.
I went for a walk later in the evening and I walked over to the plaza and then I went to the Circle K and bought a pop.
It's so exciting.
But
oh my goodness.
So that's the excitement that I went for a walk and got a pop. But like I went for a walk to try to get some exercise.
And then you bought a pop?
Oh yeah, a ginger ale.
Okay, that's not too bad. Isn't it? Ginger ale's supposed to be good for you, isn't it?
I don't, probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. I think it's good for you if you have an upset tummy.
Yeah, not, yeah, because you went for a walk, and I guess I could have, like, there's a Dairy Queen a couple more steps away. I could have went and gotten ice cream. So, you always have to think of it, look at it from the right perspective. I could have got a chocolate bar or an ice cream cone, a chocolate dipped cone, but I got a ginger ale instead.
See, perfect. I think that's the right perspective, Carrie. We're so excited by doing little things, and we just feel like, maybe soon the world will open up. Because did you see at Walt Disney World, they have loosened the mask requirements in the parks?
Yes.
So you still need your mask inside. You still need it on attractions and wherever you are basically inside, unless you're actively eating. But walking down Main Street, you don't need your mask.
That's pretty rad.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? Who would have thought we would be sitting here so excited about the fact that you can take a picture and walk down Main Street without a mask on? It's so fantastic.
And a difference in experience for everybody, because before you really had to keep it on unless you were sitting and eating, or in your room at your resort.
Right. And
everywhere else you had to wear it.
I'm so excited at the thought of being able to walk down Main Street and drink my water. Because it's going to be, by the time I get there in the summer, it's going to be like 140 degrees.
Yeah. And you're going to need one of those, you're going to need like a hat that's got like 2 water bottle holders in the straws.
I should invent one of those.
Or a backpack where it keeps it cold. You plug it into a USB port and you can have cold water. That's what you really need.
I've seen those, haven't you? I think they're called they're called Camelbacks or something. And it's like a backpack that you fill with water, and it has like a straw and it keeps it cold.
Yeah, you wouldn't like that because you'd have to carry it around.
I know, that's the part I don't like. But yeah, they do have them. So anyway, so that's good news. It just it means things are progressing and. We're that little bit closer to getting back to the magic. It's hard for us a little bit here because we're still a lot further behind, but we're getting there. It's nice to see things starting to move in the right direction.
Yeah, we've got slow and steady aced, maybe.
That's it. Yes.
People would probably still disagree with that statement. The people living it.
It's totally a hot topic on The View, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we start talking about what we were going to talk about on the episode, we need to ask people or remind people about sending in clips for our anniversary 100.
Yes.
Is it really? I guess it's a 100 episode celebration. It's not really an anniversary because it's not our.
Is it? Yeah. What? Yeah.
It's a
celebration.
Celebration of our 100th episode.
Yes. So we're hoping that people send us some voice clips. You can send a congratulations. You can send a question. You can send anything. You can sing. You can. Well, you can't dance because we can't see you.
No. But you also can just send us a message. You don't have to do. You don't have to make a video.
Yeah, that's true. Because obviously it's audio only. But even if you wanted to just send us a message and we can read it on the air is fine too. If you don't want to do the voice clip, you can send us a message and just like mark it for the 100th. Then yeah, that's I'm looking forward to getting some of those. But I think we need them sooner than later. So right. I would say
get to it.
Yeah, we definitely need it before, what date would our 100th be? We said it was in June, right?
Yeah, I think it's the second Wednesday in June.
Right. So we need all of that in before the end of May. And if possible, well before the end of May. Because we're going to start mixing some stuff together and, getting ready for the celebration. I'm so excited, Carrie. 100. Who would have thought we'd get to 100 episodes? Wow.
Amazing.
It's incredible. We're so excited. So that's good. That's a good reminder, Carrie. And then, was there any other news that we had to cover before we get to our topic this week?
I think we've done talked.
What about the Wish?
We talked about that last time.
No, but did you see they released the pictures of like the suite?
Yeah, the suite in the...
it's two stories. It's inside the funnel on top of the ship.
Yep.
It has a private elevator.
It's pretty
it's two... Like, it's bigger than most people's houses. Yeah.
It's spiffy.
It's pretty spiffy. I think that's when I win the lottery kind of place.
What's the occupancy on it?
8. So maybe we could do a sailing after we go for your big fancy dinner at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's not bumping my...
If we can convince all those people to go to California and do that big fancy dinner for you, maybe those same people, because we needed 8 for that, right? For the dinner?
I can't remember.
So maybe we could convince them that the following year we could do... Right?
Your ultimate bucket list item.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I wonder what it would be on a 3-day. Like, even if we just did a 3-day, I'd never leave the suite. I would feel
I wouldn't
bad,
either if I booked it.
That's the thing. When you book something like that and then you think, well, I don't want to leave it. Like, I wouldn't want to spend any time outside the suite.
You'd want to make the most of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like whenever I finally get to do my 3-bedroom at Bay Lake Tower theme park view, I don't know that I'll want to leave it at all. Yeah. We'll see. Okay. So Carrie, what are we talking about this week? You had a spin on the topic this week. We were talking about when we finally get back.
Yeah.
So
when we finally get back. What are we going to do?
Because there's a big debate between all the stuff that we said we want to do that we never did before.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. When we went back the first time, we would probably do all, like, depending how long the trip was, if it was a little short trip especially, we would most likely just do our favorite things. And then when we went again, we would tackle some new stuff.
Like the list of things that we've been saying for the last year. Oh, when I get back, we got to do this.
The things that we always just go out, whatever, next time.
Right. Yeah, because even my sister was saying that to me yesterday. If she had known on our last trip that it was going to be this long, because there was something we were doing one night, and she said, "Oh, go on without me. I'll do it next time." And she's like, I never thought for a second that it would be this long before the next time, because normally we're there every couple months. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So now to think about when we get back, I want to do all my favorite things first.
Yep.
Because I've missed them so.
Right. So I suggested that let's pretend that it's our first trip back, we have a day at Walt Disney World, and we are going to do a grand slam. We're going to visit all parks in one day. And what are the 3 things we would do at each park? So we can only do 3 things at each park. It's our first day. We haven't been back for a year and a half. What are we doing? And then I thought if we have time, then maybe we can dabble in some of those things that we want to do that we never
Carrie,
seem to get around to.
Can you imagine the influx of energy we're going to need if our first trip back we're doing a grand slam?
This is dreaming. This is daydreaming our first day back.
I'm going to the mailbox. You're going to the mall to buy a pop.
Listen, my goal in life is to never do a grand slam again. So this is, again, daydreaming.
Okay, so this is daydreaming.
This is just to kind of put a fun twist to it, because when I was starting to think about, because we first said what are the things we're going to do when we get back, and then what are the things that's on our to-do list. But then there's like how we didn't really talk about whether it was going to be across certain parks, across whatever. So then I thought, well, what if we just made it a little fun and made it a little bit more fun and made it a bit of a game where we limited.
I love it.
And it's all, and this is it. Like, for some reason we're there and we're gone. We're
there for a day. Okay. I love this idea. Okay. So how do we start?
Well, you can go first.
Oh, how come I have to go first? So do I have to decide which park we're doing first?
It doesn't. Well,
does it really matter?
I don't think it really matters. I think as long as we cover the 4 parks and we go through our 3 things, our homecoming. Because we got really
homecoming. I'd really like to eat there, but that's Disney Springs.
Well, that's the thing too, right?
We're keeping it to the parks.
It's not. It's to the parks, and it's anything. It can be an experience. It could be food. It could be an attraction. It could just be the 3 things. Because when you do a grand slam and you're running around like crazy, you really in order to get them all done. You don't even us doing 3 is a little too much, but you it's hard to get them in. So
okay, and then. And I wrote them down. Like, we haven't really talked about what they are, although it's kind of funny because when I was like, hang on, I got to figure them out. You're like, I can probably tell you what yours are. But we'll see if I shock you at all.
We're remember, like, I'm looking at my list for, like, have not been there in a year and a half. Like, it might be a little bit different than just like a regular day. Like, every time we go and we just pretty much do our favorite things.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Which you assumed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I just tell you what my 3 things are?
What are the 3 things you want to do when you're in the park for our visit? Yeah.
Okay. So when I get to the park for the first visit, I'm obviously going to sit at the top of Main Street. Even if it's just 10 minutes, I'm going to sit at the top of Main Street. I'm going to stare at that castle in all her glory. Next to the ice cream parlor. That's where I'm going to sit and just take in the sounds, probably cry for about 9 of those 10 minutes, and just be so excited to be there. And I'll enjoy my bottle of water because I'm hoping it's the 140 degrees out, so it's too hot for tea.
Okay. What's your next thing?
Oh, are you not telling me your number?
No, I want to hear your 3.
You want to hear the 3?
3? Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think some of our numbers will be I have a feeling that some of them might be the same, but maybe not. Okay. So yeah, you run through your 3, and then I'll run through my 3, and then we'll go to the next park, and the next park.
Okay. So then, in no particular order, I would go to the People Mover. Because I think it gives you that bird's eye view. You sail through Tomorrowland. Like, I feel the need to sit on the People Mover. And then my 3rd, and this was hard because I debated between, get this, Small World, and Pirates, but settled on Haunted Mansion. I need a little Disney dark ride, Haunted Mansion, see my ghosts. That's what I need.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah. Those are my 3. So, sitting at the top of Main Street, People Mover, Haunted Mansion. Okay?
I like it. Yep.
Okay.
So mine's
you would do those 3 with me, okay?
Oh, well, no, I don't know that we run at a time if we have different things. This is
okay. So then we really got to agree.
Okay. Well, not necessarily. It's just our perspectives of what we would. Okay. We're daydreaming here.
Okay, we could be doing them separate. Okay, go on. I'm so excited about the thought of this trip. Go on.
Okay, so for me, and I think when I think about this, like I think, well, if I'm going to Walt Disney World, then there's probably a Disneyland trip soon after, right? It's because I'm allowed to travel. Yes. So I'm thinking about that into some of my reasons why I pick some things over the other. So right. And I'm going to walk up Main Street slow, but I'm not going to stop and stare at the castle for 10 minutes. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, you're not going to do that? Okay.
No way. I am going to...
You're not wasting one of your 3 on that.
I'm not going to waste my 3 on that. No, for sure. Because honestly, we're probably staying at Bay Lake, and I'll just look at the castle from the balcony. If we wanted to, really...
That's true.
Carry on with this daydream. We're probably... close by. Anyway, so I am not going to do what you do and cry at the castle. I am going to go over to the People Mover, and that's my time of reflection. Is that I'm going on that People Mover, and I am going to just spend that time.
Is that where you're going to get misty-eyed?
Probably. So that's the thing. I can see the castle. I can see various parts of the park. I can see wonderful things and get all caught up in that. So that's my misty-eyed. Take a moment and be stop for 10 minutes and be excited that I'm in the park. Then I'm going to go over this one's hard because I really want to go over to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, but I'm going to go on the Carousel of Progress because if anything that kept us this past year and a half by the time we get there is that there's a great big beautiful tomorrow. So I'm definitely going on the Carousel of Progress.
You gave me a lump in my throat saying
I wear that bracelet every single day. What's not an Alex Nani, I can't remember the name of the company. I've got my bracelet that has that on it every day. So I'm definitely going on the Carousel of Progress, and then I'm going over to the Haunted Mansion because how can I not go on the Haunted Mansion? So those are my things.
See, we could totally do the first day. We could totally do the park together because if
all
we just
I need
walk
you to do
slow,
is slow down when you're walking down Main Street and not stop.
If I could just saunter up Main Street, and you know what, and I'll just cry on the way up, then I think we could do that if we sauntered.
And then in all reality, if we were there together, we will probably go into the park, saunter up Main Street. We're probably going to sit on that bench in front of the castle for about an hour. Yeah. We're really not going to sit there for 10 minutes. We're going to sit there for a long time, a couple of hours maybe.
Yep.
For sure. So.
For sure. Okay, so that's a good start. I like our Magic Kingdom part. I think we're good. Okay, so now we're jumping in some kind of transportation and going to...
Let's go to Epcot.
Oh, funny. I had Epcot next.
Wow,
See, we're very in sync here.
Makes sense.
Easy transition. Okay, so we're going to Epcot. Do you want to go first in Epcot?
Sure. So, and I didn't really think all these through before.
But this is it. It's got to be spontaneous because we're only there for a short time.
And that's the thing, I guess, with Epcot. It's so big.
It's so big. But yet there's not a ton of attractions.
Yeah.
So it kind of,
So my favorite, so I think what I would do, sticking with our favorites of what I would do is that I would probably, we were at Magic Kingdom for a while. I'm getting hungry. So I think what I would do is I would go to the back of World Showcase and I would get lunch in Paris at the bakery and some treats.
Oh, yes.
I would shop in the Japan store.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be there for a little while. I'll probably be in the Japan store longer than we were at Magic Kingdom doing all those things.
And then you spend a ton of time in that store.
So I would get lunch. I would eat at Epcot, I believe, because I'm thinking by then I'll be hungry. So I'm gonna eat at Epcot. So Paris, Japan, and then when we're leaving the park, I'm going on Spaceship Earth. That's pretty much it. That's all I need to do. Nice. I need to walk around, because really going to Japan and to France, I'm going to get a taste of that ambiance. Walk by Canada, wave. Get that feel and vibe.
Okay.
And then I just need Spaceship Earth, and I'm out of there. See ya.
Nice. Okay. That's good. I like it. I like where you're going with this. I like the treats in France, but that's not where I'm going. So you
can get a good lunch. You can get a baguette or something tasty, and you can get
I wasn't even thinking of a full-on lunch.
Oh, we got a lot, like a big day ahead of us. Like we still have 2 more parks.
Know.
That's why.
So I need all the sugar. So I'm first going to get my chocolate covered caramel squares.
Oh.
Right? I have to go there. I have to get that. But
you haven't really eaten anything. I hope we had a big breakfast before we started.
Well, I'm thinking we had a bounty bladder at the resort before we left, right?
Okay, because I said you're gonna run on caramel, salted caramel squares.
Because I was debating between the caramel square and Grey Goose slush, so I could be stopping in France with you while you run in to get your stuff. Because
I think you should stick with the caramel. You love the caramel.
Yeah,
that Grey Goose slush. When you want to buy one, you have to decide if you want to like spend $22 on a slush.
I know.
Stick with the caramel squares.
I do like the caramel squares. But then I feel like this was a hard one for me because then I couldn't decide if I was going to Mexico for nachos. Because
so you are gonna eat.
Well, I was thinking about the nachos, but then I skipped it. And I think because I've walked all the way, like, I'm thinking I walk all the way through World Showcase to get my chocolate covered caramel
So you
square.
can get the for again, so like it really doesn't count because it's our transportation to take
It's our transportation, right? So I take in the ambiance. So then I would go on Soarin', and then I would go on Spaceship Earth, or not Spaceship Earth, Spaceship Earth. Not
you were thinking Mission.
I was thinking Mission Space, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not going on that. So I would go on Spaceship Earth before we left. That was easy. Yeah. But I really do feel like I could use the nachos. Yeah. And that's the hard part because I love the nachos.
See, that's the thing. Like, you go to eat the nachos all the time, and I would always go to France.
Yeah, and our last trip, I think... I know. I have a picture of you going to get the treats for us. I went and got us a place to sit, and you went to go get us treats.
Yeah.
And you came. There were 2 of us.
I know, and I brought a whole tray back because
I know. I was like, this is how you know.
I would do exactly the same thing because it's been a long time. You're not going to go there for like Claire or something. You need to.
You have to decide. There's too many to choose from. So Carrie buys them all, which is why we're good friends. Because that was fantastic. That was a great afternoon.
And then, really, like, you get to walk through the gift shop there, so it's like en route to get your treats. So it's a little bit of a bonus.
And they always have really good merch in there.
They've got neat Paris, France,
well,
merch,
it's like
Marie and.
Yeah, and then it's all
Beauty
like
and the
Disney
Beast stuff
spin
in there, I
and
think now, blah. But there's usually lots of Marie and.
There's usually lots of Marie stuff in there. Yeah.
So.
It's definitely a good shop. And I'll say, Carrie, I never used to go in those stores. Like, it was very rare that I went in them. And even the other one in Japan. I don't think until I'd been there with you, or maybe it was with Anna, and I'd never been in the store.
I love that store. If I could only go in one ever again, I would pick that one.
It's awesome. It's huge. All right, so we've done well at Epcot.
Yep.
So you wouldn't pick Soarin', like you wouldn't do any other attractions.
No.
You're just Spaceship Earth. Okay.
It's always the fear that it's going to go away, which it was supposed to go under refurbishment, or that it's going to change, right?
I know. I don't like the idea of it changing. No matter what, I'd always want to go on it. Like, I don't love the new Soarin'. I love old Soarin'. Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't like the new Soarin' because I feel like the new Soarin' looks. It's almost like they tried to cram too much into it, and then it's kind of crooked, and it just doesn't look right to me.
Yeah,
like I was quite happy.
Too far. Like, I didn't think they needed to soar around the world.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think it was too much or something.
I think it was too much, but I do love it. Like I do love Soarin'. But yeah, okay, I am worried about Spaceship Earth a little bit.
So let's go over to Hollywood Studios.
But that is assuming that there's no nighttime thing. So if Epcot Forever is playing, then we need to go back to Epcot. That's where I'm going. I will give up Soarin' to see Epcot Forever.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because I only got to see it once before the world shut down. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
So where are we going next?
Let's go to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, funny. That's the order I had it in.
We probably should go to, we'll just go this order, just because.
Okay. All right.
Actually go in this order, but.
No.
Who knows?
Okay. All right.
So
So am I going first? Okay. So when we arrive, although I don't know if I've had the nachos, that it might be when we're leaving, but I want that carrot cake. Remember? So that carrot cake cookie that we got?
Yeah.
That was spectacular. So I want one of those. Then I'm going to go straight back to Galaxy's Edge and ride the Falcon. Yes, crazy. I'm talking about doing the Falcon instead of Rise of the Resistance, right? Rise of the Resistance is an amazing experience, but there's nothing like being inside the Falcon. It just makes me closer to Han. And then I would come out the back of there and I would head over to Toy Story Midway Mania.
Oh, I forgot about Toy Story.
Yeah, because I love that attraction. It's just so much fun. It's so competitive. It always makes me laugh. I think it's such a well done attraction. I love it. And I debated between that and Slinky because I do love Slinky Dog, but I think Toy Story Midway is just, it's too much fun. So that would be mine. What are you doing? And of course, I'm assuming we're wandering through stores on the way in and out.
No.
Well, no. When you have to get to places, you got to walk through. You could walk through some of the stores, because I haven't had any shopping on this list.
Well, then that's exactly because I'm that was going on my list for this one. I'm sorry if you're not thinking it's through. This is your first trip. I don't expect you to have your brain on straight when you're there. You're babbling, you're crying, you're whatever. And we're doing a Grand Slam. You don't have time to shop in every single. There's no browsing. We gotta go. We gotta get things done. We're park to park.
Okay. What are you doing in Hollywood Studios?
This is what because again, so I haven't been there for a long time. I'm probably just gonna go to the back of the park. I'm gonna ride Muppets 3D twice. There's my one and my two.
Oh,
I don't
you're
care
kidding
about
me.
Galaxy's Edge. Just whatever.
You're gonna do Muppets 3D twice. Yeah. So you're going to use 2 of your 3 on the Muppets 3D.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't need to go to Galaxy's Edge. I'm okay with that. That can be the next time. Same with Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror and Toy Story.
They weren't even on my I didn't even think about them.
I think I'm going to pass up on I haven't been forever. This was always my favorite park.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to go on Muppets 3D twice. And then this is a park where I think I would want to sit down and just enjoy it for a little while. People watch.
Really?
I love sitting on the streets there because I love the buildings. I love the way that it looks. It'll probably, I haven't been to Disneyland yet, probably, so it'll remind me a little bit of DCA. And I think I would either take the time to sit, or this is where I want to browse. This is where I want to shop because it's not so big. It's manageable. We can fit it in. We could easily. Well, you're doing your own thing. I could easily run through the shops and do some shopping in this area because there's not that many stores. So
where would you shop? Would you shop right at the front of the park? The stores right on the strip at the very front? I
think I would probably go down Sunset. Those shops.
I like those stores. They have some.
And then
really
that would give me because I love that. That's the street I like.
They have great T-shirts there. They have purses. They have everything in that store right on the right hand side.
I think my visit there would be more just to be there. So couple Muppet see them up at 3D because I'm always worried that that's gonna be gone too, right?
I know.
So I always would like to do that. So see that a couple times, and then I'm gonna just enjoy being in one of my most favorite parks for a little while.
I like the background music at Hollywood Studios. It's almost that kind of music that you don't I couldn't hum it to you right now, but it's so familiar when you're sitting there, when you're not even listening. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there you go. That's my.
Which is there a specific spot you would sit on a bench? Would you be down by by Tower of Terror, or more near the main street?
I usually sit by where I don't even know what it's called. Where it would be Villains in Vogue. I might sit around there, or sit over by by the bakery where the bakery used to be, in that area, or just down by Villains in Vogue or whatever the heck it's called now.
Yeah.
Remember?
I like it there.
Shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they turned it into a Toy Story shop, sort of, kind of.
That's right.
Like, I like sitting along there because I love it, and especially, like, later on when it's dusk or getting close to that because the neon turns on, and I like, if the sun's setting, I like hanging out there.
I like it there too because there's a popcorn cart at one end, and then there's like a pretzel cart.
That's the thing, like right there, there's plenty of opportunities to snack.
Yeah.
So you could snack and sit and chat, and it's great for taking pictures, especially at that time of night with all the neon and if the sky's right, like beautiful pictures. Yeah. So that's where I think I would take a break and just chill out there for a while.
Nice. That's a good idea. Okay, I'm with you there. Although I'm now second guessing. I should have been shopping.
Tough luck, Toots. You got Animal Kingdom. I hope you.
I didn't have shopping on my list.
Creature Comforts, here you come.
Animal Kingdom is probably one of my least favorite parks to shop at. I don't like all the leopard print and all that kind of stuff. Right? When in some of their T-shirts are just they're not for me. I don't know.
Well, I'll buy you something when I'm shopping.
You might have to because I didn't have shopping on my list.
Yeah, but think about it. At Magic Kingdom, we wouldn't have shopped because there's too many things we want to do because we hadn't been there for so long.
Yeah, but when you come out of the Haunted Mansion, can't we go into Memento Mori on the way out? Like you could walk in one door and out the other because you got to walk that way anyway.
It's not really attached to the ride. Like if you were going to say,
really.
If it was,
it's not like Winnie the Pooh or something where you come right out into the. I'm going to
say no.
You're going to say no.
And then when we went to Epcot, where we get we don't even know the state of the shopping at Epcot. Like the last time we were there, they like a lot of it was gone.
But we could technically be doing some window shopping on the People Mover when it goes through Mickey Star Traders. I could have been eyeing T-shirts from above.
Mm-hmm. So you should have changed in Toy Story Mania for going shopping.
I probably should have. Although I don't know. I might, or maybe I would trade in my carrot cake. Maybe I would trade my carrot cake for some shopping.
You haven't, I can't believe you picked a carrot cake over a cupcake.
Well, because that carrot cake was so good. Like, I have visions of that carrot cake sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
The cake that you said you didn't want to eat because you don't want carrots in your cake.
I know, because to me, carrots, like these things, I don't understand the whole thing. Like, I think we've had this conversation, but I don't understand why people put fruits and stuff in cake. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Fruits and vegetables do not belong in cake. So then when you told me it was a carrot cake, I was like, who wants to eat a cake of carrots? Like, it didn't make sense to me. But what you didn't describe to me was how delicious the icing was with that carrot cake. It was phenomenal.
That's how carrot cake works.
Now I get
I'm going to tell you a little secret. All carrot cake has that icing on it. That's what you make cream cheese icing with carrot cake.
See, it's the cream cheese ice cream. Yeah. See, that's it. That was so delicious. That was like, it was one of those things where I almost wish we'd bought two. And I've been thinking about it ever since. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I might try, but I still might trade my carrot cake for shopping.
No, I think, you're
because
right.
The shopping I could take home, right? How long has it been since I've bought a t-shirt?
Listen, what I'm going to tell you. So let's pretend in this scenario you are staying at BLT, so you can go shop at the Contempo.
Oh, those are my favorite shops. I love my shops at the Contemporary.
Since you've missed an opportunity, we'll let you shop at your resort.
Okay, and that's where I've been eating, right? So I've been at the Contempo Cafe, I've gone and had a drink over at the Outer Rim, and now I'm going to shop in the Contemporary stores while I'm there.
You could do that at the end, yeah.
I may as well.
End of your day or the next day.
Exactly.
When we're not at the parks, because we've just done
because we've only done
all in one day.
It's a 4 Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day we're going to Disney Springs. That's where all my shopping will be done. Okay.
There you go.
Now we're going to Animal Kingdom.
Then? Yeah.
I'm okay with that now. I'm okay with that now.
Glad you worked through that.
Now we're going to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was the smartest because Animal Kingdom's big. Like, it's a lot of walking.
Yeah, and I don't we might be exhausted by this point. Please don't judge us on our on the order of the parks. It's just the 4 parks in one day, so we had to pick 3 of each.
Because we might need a scooter.
This is not probably how we would grand slam the parks.
We could get scooters at Animal Kingdom or something because we're going to be exhausted.
We would end where we wanted to see the nighttime spectacular if we were great.
Oh, then it's not Animal Kingdom,
right? So, anyways, but we're at Animal Kingdom in this daydreaming scenario.
In this daydreaming scenario, we're at Animal Kingdom. Okay.
Okay, so for me, I'm going on Flight of Passage for sure.
Yeah, that one I knew. Yeah,
my favorite. And then I think because I don't understand how you're going through this day on a carrot cake cookie and a couple of
I know
salted caramel squares. Because my bounty powder, I've worked off. Like that's long gone. Like
my COVID weight will carry me through.
Okay, so
I'm eating at the Contemplate Cafe when we get back to the resort. So you're going on Flight of Passage?
Yeah, I'm going on Flight of Passage because I love it. And then I think I might just want to be at the park and kind of enjoy. I don't think I really want to run around and go on any other attractions. I think I would maybe get something to eat, maybe go to Flame Tree Barbecue because that's a really neat area and it's kind of, being outside and eating outside and it's a neat environment. I think I would have dinner. I would probably go to Flame Tree Barbecue. I would go on Flight of Passage and then I might go on the safari. That's what I probably would do because I just watched the Festival of Lion King on the Disney Parks blog, so I'm probably good at skipping that the first time.
You're good skipping that.
So I think I would
Thank goodness.
I think I would do the safari. I would do Flight of Passage, and then I think I would get something to eat and just enjoy spending, an hour eating and enjoying the environment. Hanging out, yeah, and finding a good place to. That's why I think Flame Tree Barbecue because I like to eat in Satuli Canteen, but I think Flame Tree Barbecue because it's outside and in amongst all the trees and wildlife.
It's a nice place to sit.
There's some birds there that are going to try to steal some of your food. I think it's a really nice place to sit, and I think I would want to just enjoy being in that park a little bit. Nice. And besides, we're tired, right? If it was the first park of the day, I probably would swap out the eating with maybe just doing one of the animal trails or whatever, but I think I would do animal, I want to see the animals when I'm there, so.
Right. Yeah, we don't normally eat a lot in Flame Tree because of course the birds and my sister and that whole thing. Okay. All right. So I think I'm with you I would do the safari because, I just want to see the animals. I think I would do Flight of Passage because it's just so awesome. I would love it if I had the option to skip the pre-show, but whatever.
It's been a year and a half. We can watch the pre-show.
We can watch the pre-show. And then, although I'm a little worried now because you're right, I haven't been eating, but it's at the end of the day and I love Pandora at night. So I was going to go, I need a rum blossom. I need a rum blossom drink. To sit in Pandora and just take in the sights and sounds of Pandora at night. After I get off Flight of Passage. I love Pandora at night. I think it's beautiful and the ground lights up and all the lights and...
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think there's really a way to hang around there because they don't really have anywhere to sit because it's got to fall into the theme. So there's no benches.
Yeah, there's very few little places to just sit.
Yeah. So I like the idea of getting the drink, but the non-alcohol drink.
Yeah, you get the non-rum blossom. You get the blossom. It's called. The pongu or whatever it's called. Maybe I can get a cheeseburger pod while I'm there and then just eat it while we're walking through. Because I will be hungry.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out there a little bit, but I just don't think it's conducive to chilling out and enjoying the ambiance. I think you kind of walk through and you're like, wow.
Right.
And then you keep moving on
Yeah, so maybe we could just walk through with our drinks until we go to the Flame Tree.
You're like a 10 stop.
We go over to Flame Tree Barbecue and sit and enjoy our drinks there.
I love Flame Tree's got there's some, isn't there some water, you can see the water a little bit from certain areas. It's all really multi-layered.
Beautiful.
It's really neat to hang out, just chat with friends there. It's a great place because there's lots of space, so you don't feel bad if you sit for too long because there's
lots of tables and,
so you really can just chill out and gab and catch up with someone if you're there with meet up. It's
a good spot. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll give you that. So yeah, it's funny because I think we're kind of sort of similar. We'd only have to split up together a couple times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you go to the Muppets and I go to the Falcon, we'd have to split up a little bit.
I think we could put our list together. A little bit of give and take, right?
I'll
give up the Muppets for I would go on that ride with you if I had.
Oh, you'd go on the Falcon, and I would give up Toy Story Mania to go shopping with you.
There you go. So we have a perfect plan.
We have a perfect plan. So now we just need to get there and do it.
Right.
Because that's our plan of the stuff we've missed the most. Like, if we had to pick the 3 things we've missed the most, we just want to get there and do. And then our next trip will be all the stuff that we've been saying for the last year. When we get back, we got to try this. Like Sanaa, the bread service at Sanaa. I have to go and have that.
Yeah, because it's apparently the best thing ever.
And yet,
which I believe, I totally believe. But yeah, we just don't end up over there, and we never go there.
I know. And yet I've stayed there multiple times, and so have you. Mm-hmm. In that resort. But we've never eaten there. Bizarre.
I've eaten everywhere else. Probably in there, but not there.
That's one that I absolutely have to do.
Me too. That's one of the top things on my list. Like if we're thinking, because there's lots of things that we love to do, but I think on the first trip we would probably just do all of our regular. We would probably spend the trip the way we had spent it there the last time, like which for some people might seem a little weird that we sit around a lot and we whatever. But I think we would do exactly that. We wouldn't be, waiting in line to go on every little thing.
No.
Because I don't think we fear that we're never going to get there again. I think we just want to feel normal. And normal to us is kind of doing what we usually do when we go there. But because it's been a year and a half, we have to see it all. Seize a day. Like we can't be, we can't just say, oh, next time, right? So that's our little pinky swear that we would.
Like,
that
do you
we have
think
to start
we're going to
tackling
feel
some
that?
Of this other stuff?
Like, do you think we're going to feel it when we're leaving? Like, am I going to be panicked when I'm leaving? What if they don't let me back again?
No.
Or
I won't feel that way.
Once it opens, I'm just going to be, I don't know. Like I was thinking about when could I go and looking at vacation calendars and at work and things like that and thinking, like, even if it doesn't work, if they open it that I can buy my annual pass, borders are open, hallelujah, everything's great. Like, I'll go for 3 days if it means I get to go. Yeah. But I think it's kind of weird that I planned this entire day without a cupcake.
I know, right?
Well, maybe cupcakes aren't
home. You've learned how to bake your own cupcakes, so maybe they bumped down on the list. Maybe the cupcake is worn off. Maybe that's it. Maybe the cupcakes won't be the be-all. We'll have to try one and see. When I get back, I'm going to have to see, is this really, have I been missing it this much? Right? There's so many other treats to try. There are. I know. I can't wait to get to Disney Springs, too. Yeah, oh, my goodness. That's a whole other thing. We're going to have to do a whole episode on what are the 3 things we're going to do at Disney Springs. I don't think that's hard. Buy t-shirts. Buy t-shirts. No, but there's so many places to snack at Disney Springs. I know. Buy t-shirts. Go to the boathouse. Go to the boathouse. Oh, because we said we were taking Lou to dinner at the boathouse. So we got to do that. I want to go to Homecoming. I need some chicken at Homecoming. I'd really like to go to Morimoto for those ribs again. I've never been there. Oh, my goodness. Like, I'm such a creature of habit with, especially with dining. I usually only try new things when I'm with other people, right? Or and so. Now Wolfgang's gone. So there goes my quick service. That was my creature of habit quick service. Yeah. So, and then I need to go to Sprinkles for some salted caramel cupcakes, right? And a red velvet. I love them both. They're both very good there. Okay, Carrie, this was a good idea. I love this idea. It was fun to kind of. It was fun. Talk through it and it's exciting. Like, are you starting to get excited about us actually being able to get there? Like, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I just think because it's been so long and it's been such a weird time that I think I'll be excited when it's happening. I'm not going to get too excited till it happens. Not that I doubt that it's going to happen, but I think to kind of keep it under control, I'm going to. Yes. I won't get too excited. But it's fun we talk about it all the time and this is so daydreaming. But this was fun because we had to get really specific about what we were going to do. I loved it. And a lot of the stuff that would be on our do like we have to put on our to-do list. Some of it is stuff that we just maybe have never done together because we talk about stuff we haven't done together. And then there's a few restaurants. Like I have way more restaurants than you, but like, you know, there's some places that we need to try eating at. Like there's a bunch of little things, like even like I want to go for tea at the Grand Floridian. You've been like a million times. That's like
I can't wait.
That's
I'm
on my
taking
list.
you for tea at the Grand Floridian. I cannot wait. I love
really
it. It's
would
such
like
a great experience. I can't wait to take you for tea.
And I think we have some resorts on our list, or even some room types or whatever, like different types of experience that's on our to-do
I would like to get back, and quite honestly, I haven't stayed at an all-star resort in years. I would like to go and see some of the refurbished rooms there.
We could stay a night or two.
We could tack it onto our Bay Lake.
Yeah, we usually stay at Pop, right? Like when we do
the value resorts, we always do Pop. Yeah.
But yeah, if the other resorts are, you know, we don't spend a lot of time at the resort, so we don't really have to worry about, you know, if they're too crazy busy. But if the rooms are refurbished, then there's really no reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Why we wouldn't stay at them.
We got to go and check those out. We have a lot to do, Carrie. So, and I think, you know, I keep saying this now, I will never take it for granted again that I can just hop on a plane and get there. So we're going to be going a lot more often. Well, now, because we got a podcast to talk about this stuff on, right? Like, this is all, we could say it's in the name of the podcast.
Yep. We need to keep visiting.
Okay, Carrie, this was a good idea. It's that time of the episode, though, where you're going to share your pixie dust.
Yep. Yeah, and I was struggling at first because I thought, oh my goodness, what is my pixie dust? And then it just dawned on me. And this is like the pixie dust of all pixie dust. So,
this is a pretty big build-up for some pixie dust. It better be some pretty good, the pixie dust of pixie dust.
So last night when I went for my walk.
To get your ginger ale.
And that ended in my pop. My ginger ale is I just went to the Walmart. I was actually trying to like get a notebook. I wanted like a spiral notebook, and you can buy office school supplies. So I was actually able to secure buying a notebook. It was touch and go for a while there, but I managed to get a notebook.
It may or may not be an essential thing. But don't you have a ton of notebooks?
No, I wanted like a notebook, like just a cheap notebook. Okay. And let me tell you, when you don't have a dollar, because I don't think we can buy them at the dollar store, or my dollar store was closed because the dollar store here, the Dollarama they can sell so little. They close at 6 o'clock in my neighborhood. Well, like it used to stay open till 9 or 10. Yeah. 9 o'clock at least. Because the Plaza's got grocery stores that stay open late or whatever, and the Walmart. So it used to stay open till say 9, and now it's closed at 6. So I probably could have got a cheap one, but I was thought, this is Carrie and Walmart. I've got like an armful of these Hilroy cahiers, and I'm trying to like they're expensive. Like some of them are like $8 and $6. I'm like I just want to spend $1.50 or $1 on them. So like I'm scanning them to like the sizes that I want to see if I can find them that are like a couple dollars, like under $3 each. Anyways, I found them, but that's not my pixie dust. I was at the Walmart. I was getting out of the house for exercise. I was looking for a notebook. Ended up getting a pop. But when I was in the Walmart, I saw that there's watermelons for sale.
Oh my goodness.
It is watermelon season. And
Carrie and her watermelon.
And some people say, you know, spring happens when, or what does summer mean to them? You know, the kids are out of school, or, you know, you're going camping for the weekend, camp season starts, whatever summer means to you, gardening, whatever. Summer means to me when watermelons are at the supermarket. Because I buy 2 watermelons pretty much every week or every other week until they're not around anymore. So I almost squealed in delight when I saw watermelons. Like I keep track of them. My nephew loves watermelons. So like a couple summers ago, we had like a contest where we like counted how many watermelons we ate in the summer. He won because like honestly, he's a boy that like will eat one watermelon in a sitting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. Like summer, game on. Summer is here because it's watermelon season.
And yes, I can attest to this because I will say that last summer, it didn't matter what time of day I called you. you were eating watermelon.
Well,
like,
and
you love watermelon. You
like,
always
I love it
had
so much. Like
up.
that's sometimes the only reason I go out, like, because I got to get watermelon. Like, that's where I thought you were going to say that, because all last summer I'd be like, I got to go to the grocery store.
I know.
I'm like, I got to get a couple more watermelons.
Weren't you just at the grocery store? Yeah, but I need more watermelon.
I got to get a couple more watermelons. Like 2 by 2. So I'm excited. That's
exciting.
It's the best ever. So I'm excited that it's watermelon time in Ontario.
Oh, well, I'm very excited for you.
I hope they taste okay. Maybe. So.
I'm very excited for you.
Oh. What's your pixie dust?
Oh, my goodness. Beat that one. Well,
beat that watermelon
So
season.
My pixie dust is that we're getting ready for the 100th episode. And we've got some changes coming for 100. And we've made some, Carrie, all will be revealed. But we've been talking about making some changes to the format and all sorts of stuff. And I found someone who is writing us some custom music for our intro and outro themes. And it's fantastic. Like, we're so excited about this. And I can't wait for everyone to hear it. And it'll be on the 100th episode. We just have to, we're going to have new, it's going to be awesome. And I love it. And I'm so excited. And if I'd had any kind of musical talent, it's exactly what I would have written for us.
I'm glad I went first, because I didn't want to follow. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to follow this. The watermelon lady. It's just very exciting. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So we're getting ready for the 100th. So again, I'm going to remind everybody to send us your voice clips or send us a note if you'd like it read on the podcast for the 100th episode. And yeah, Carrie, we've got some plans to do between now and then. We've got some more work to do before the 100th. It's exciting.
A couple weeks away.
Yeah, it's not long. So get that stuff in. And thank you guys, everyone, for listening. Make sure you're looking for us on social media. Connect with us there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. Really, we're on all the social places. So make sure you're finding us there. And thanks again, Carrie. This was a great idea.
It was fun.
It was fun. And thank you again for listening. And until next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.